Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp's online techniques class. Today's technique is called Watercolor Wonder Crayons, Wet Watercolor Wonder Crayons. I forgot the wet. Okay, I am going to use this big swallowtail stamp from the Spring Mini Catalog. And my watercolor crayons have been a little beat up, but I'm going to use more mustard, garden green, and I busted my rich raspberry, but we can still use it. And you're going to need a water bottle that you can spritz, and the aqua painter filled with water. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wet my stamp with the aqua painter. I could spritz it too, either way works. But I just like to, I think I get more coverage with the water, with the aqua painter. So I just want to make sure that my stamp is wet. I don't think on the PDF file I said to wet your stamp. You can do it dry, but it works much, much better with a wet stamp to begin with. So that's all wet. And I'm going to come in with the more mustard, and I'm just going to color the whole stamp with the more mustard watercolor crayon. Now this is the last technique in my 60 techniques class. We will be starting a new class in about a month, giving the ones that just purchased the PDF file a chance to get caught up with us and to create their technique album like we all did. So I'm going to color that. If you want to get updates on my videos, when we're going to start the class, I recommend that you go to my blog, www.thestampcamp.com, and subscribe. It's up in the left-hand corner, and then you will always be up to date of when I start my next classes. I just went over with the garden green, just in different areas, and now I'm going to come in with the rich raspberry, and you can see I'm just laying a little bit of color on. There's no really method to my madness here. I'm just putting color wherever. Alright, so now I have that all colored with the watercolor crayons. And now I'm going to give it a spritz. Dean, you want to grab me that clear tray from the Big Shot there? I'm just going to spritz it and get it wetter than what I started with. And then you do want to use the watercolor paper because it is wet. So I am going to place that on there, and then I use my clear plates from the Big Shot, and I just lay that over the top, and then I can press down. This way I can see where my image is and where I need to press. And then when I lift it up, ooh, isn't that cool? Ooh, it's running. That's cool. Now you're going to need to set that aside to dry. Each time you do this, it's going to be different. Here is my dried piece, and this one is a little bit lighter. I didn't put as much color on, but we're going to go ahead and put that together and put that in our technique book. That is going to be on some old olive. When you use watercolor paper and it's wet, you got to make sure you get your adhesive coverage good all the way around because your paper did curl. You don't want it to pucker and curl up on your card, so make sure that you get it good and adhesive on there. And then this is going to go on some more mustard cardstock. And then I have Just Because, and I punched it out and put it on a scallop oval. And I'm going to just stick that up here, like so. And then that's going to go in my technique booklet. But a very cool way to use those watercolor crayons. There we go. Our 60 technique booklet is complete. You have a month to get caught up before we start our next class. Here's my finished card. On this one I put it down here and I popped it up just because of where the butterfly was positioned. But that is the Wet Watercolor Wonder Crayons. Thanks for stopping by.